Question:
And
what would you have done if you were the GM of the Raiders? And you were in that position. All the quarterbacks off the board. You wanted one of the quarterbacks, but at this point there was a run on quarterbacks. Offensive tackles are moving like hotcakes too. What?
I'm glad you asked.
Why is it good for Dak, but it's not good for Justin Fields? Dak is a winner.
Cap. That's cap.
Oh my God, bro, no, bro.
I'm a Cowboy fan. I got Cowboy hats in the back. I got Cowboy t-shirts in the back. That's cap, and we not taking that.
We're back, Huddle Buddies. How y'all like that new name? Dak is a winner, season-wise, in his season.
Season-wise.
Yeah, yeah.
And OBJ is back. Watch. Going deep. Jamar Chase. He's got it. Chase to the end zone. That's a Bengal touchdown.
And then team-wise, I was about to say the Oakland Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders. And I understand why they picked Brock Bowers. They picked the best. They picked the best talent on the board. Stick and pick. And I want to ask DT about his thoughts on the situation. However, the run on quarterbacks, I know they wasn't expecting that. I feel like they should have traded up personally, but I felt they probably thought that, hey, Michael Penix is going to fall to us. Ain't no way anybody's going to draft Michael Penix or Bo Nix this early, right? Wrong. Incorrect. So the Raiders, unfortunate situation for pretty much Brock Bowers and the Raiders organization. Now they're going to the season with, well, the GOAT Minshew. I call him the GOAT Minshew as a joke, but Minshew, he's a decent backup quarterback. And then Aiden O'Connell. Devontae Adams is not happy. Just know that. So DT, what are your thoughts on the Brock Bowers pick to the Raiders at 13?
I think that the Raiders should be thankful that the Atlanta Falcons exist. Everybody agrees that Brock Bowers is a top 5 player in this draft class.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all just got Michael Mayer. And that's just a lot of resources invested in a position. Travis Kelce was not a first round pick. He was a late round pick. And so part of the draft process is understanding where different talent should be drafted.
Yeah.
And like the money 5 positions, those are really the only positions you should spend first round picks on, unless the players at those other positions are generational talents. Brock Bowers is certainly a generational talent, but you already have Michael Mayer. So why select him? It doesn't make so. What you gonna do? 2 tight end personnel and run that out there? It just didn't make sense at all. It was. I mean, again, they're another team that has a terrible defense that had their pick of the defensive players on the board, and they elected to go with another defensive-minded head coach. Like you had, what's just the crazy part? You had 2 defensive-minded head coaches that said, "Nah, we good," on the entire defensive class. Like, what you think? You think your X's and O's is that good to where you can win with Jimmys and Joes and not dudes? Okay. We'll see how this goes for you. Everybody is so confident in that little press conference they do after the draft.
Yeah.
We'll see. Because last time I checked, for the last 70 years, this draft process has been 50-50. Hit and miss. Everybody can't be confident. We're going to see, player. We're going to see how this work out for you.
Question, what would you have done if you were the GM of the Raiders, you were in that position, all the quarterbacks off the board, you wanted one of the quarterbacks, but at this point there was a run on quarterbacks. Offensive tackles are moving like hotcakes too. What?
I'm glad you asked.
Would you have done?
I'm glad you asked. I'm going to give you a list of players that was better players in consideration at pick 13. Talisi Fuaga was there. I don't think you should draft Leatu Latu that high because of the injury concerns. If Dallas Turner's your flavor, he was there to pair with homeboy they got last year from Texas Tech. And hell, could you imagine a combination of Dallas Turner
Mason
and
Crosby.
Max
My
Crosby?
fault, Max Crosby. I called it what Max Crosby kicker. No,
Like
Max
incredible.
Crosby. Yeah.
And then ultimately that's the list, and like trade back. Or you could have made a splash and took Xavier Worthy. Just imagine. I know Xavier Worthy as a tool in offense, opening up the field for Devontae Adams. Who's he's never really been a speed demon, but he's the best route runner maybe the game has ever seen.
Yeah.
And so allow him to just eat up stuff in the middle of the field. And doing that would have positioned you to where quarterback doesn't matter as much. Like if you're on an NFL field as a quarterback, I hope you can throw a deep ball. And so, working with one of the best receivers in the game, and then just being able to get the ball out there, it would have made quarterback matter a little bit less.
Yeah.
But now you got to force yourself into 22 two tight end sets, and and you don't have the running back that gives you the threat because you let Josh Jacobs walk. So it doesn't fit together well. It's heavy force.
Yeah.
And Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer, though Brock Bowers can a little bit, Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer aren't the types of players that you split out wide, that you motion outside.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen him do it in college, as far as Brock Bowers. But they're not your Evan Ingram body types. Your more slender, can play outside types of tight ends. They're more in line tight ends. Yeah. So it just doesn't fit well at all. It's not a good fit. But if you want to, this is an example of a team doing BPA. So I'm always down for BPA.
Best pick available, yes sir.
So if it rocks with them and they can make it work, they can make it work. I just don't know who the hell is going to play defense for them.
and that's why they're my loser of the first round. They're put in a tough situation and they handled it horribly. I understand the situation was tough for them. I understand all the people they wanted at that point were off the board. But I'm on the boat with you. You have to handle that better. As an NFL GM, as an NFL coach, you have to handle that situation better. You gotta, in my opinion, I would have traded back. I understand that no one probably was calling their phone at that point, but you gotta find a trade. You gotta find a trade to trade back in that instance.
Or just pick the best defensive player available. Whoever you had as the best defensive player on your board, pick him.
They could even pick Murph. Murph was still available at that point.
That's a little rich for 13, but still, if that's the best player you have and you want to stick and pick him. You know what I'm saying? And Max Crosby needs to receive an all-time motor award. He has the best motor in NFL history. Yeah. As hard as he plays for a team that he knows is going to lose getting off the bus, his motor is insane. That, could you imagine? He plays hard, but he's playing hard on a terrible team that's been terrible.
Oh yeah.
His motor is incredible. His will to play and love this game, I don't think it compares to anybody that has ever played. For him to play that hard, that consistently on a team that raw sucks is incredible.
Hey. Best value pick.
Xavier Worthy going to the Chiefs. I mean, damn. Why as a league did we let that happen?
Yeah.
I mean, if the Chiefs had the first overall pick, whoever they would have selected would not have been a better pairing than picking Xavier Worthy at what did they pick him at 28.
Yeah, 28.
Like, what are we supposed to do with that?
For my winner overall, position and player wise, first of all, offensive tackle. Y'all won today. Y'all got drafted so high, above a lot of expectations. So offensive tackle.
Yeah.
We had people like Jordan Morgan go in the first round, so offensive tackle won today. The player I'm picking is J.C. Latham. He got chose pretty high, I think, in my opinion. And then the team is the Chargers. The Chargers set themselves up for, and I know they couldn't see all these wide receivers falling to the second round, but now they had the opportunities to select a first round talent at wide receiver. They in the third round, he can go get Blake Corum to his heart desire, and then he could also, or in the second round, he could flip it and then get an interior D lineman because he got Jackson Powers Johnson as the number one center still on the board in my opinion. But definitely, I say the Chargers won that round. Getting Joel definitely won that round. Man, this team gonna run them 49ers of the AFC. 49ers of the AFC.
I mean, he was the 49ers.
He did bring that culture into the 49ers. So that's man. That's a scary team. The AFC West. Yeah.